जहाँ आप believe करते हो कि it's not there, something will surprise you and make you believe. Somebody just jerked my leg, and I saw that there was nobody there. Time is passing by,
Yes.
but you're not really achieving anything. जो doll है और ये जो black magic का चक्कर है या जो भी है, I think there is some kind of truth to these occult sciences.
Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me right now I have the dapper, the dashing, the newly welcomed dad, I must say that, So join me as I welcome Arbaaz Khan only on Zoom. First of all, congratulations on being blessed with a baby girl.
Thank you so
It's
much.
a very good news, I must say that.
Yes,
but moving on to from, being blessed and, welcoming fatherhood, you moved on to something which is very mysterious.
Yes.
ये इतना horror chilling यानी क्या है basically?
It's probably my first horror film actually.
Yeah.
Like I keep joking, I said some of my films have turned out to be horror stories.
Yes.
But this is actually a film that I've loved the script, and it's a suspense horror film, and it's made by this gentleman called Nitin Vaidya, and nicely made film. Good idea, good subject, interesting character, and we enjoyed working on this film.
But I have to ask you, Arbaaz, how much do you personally believe in these, ghostly activities? We also keep on hearing कि Mumbai से, Mumbai Film Studio में भूत है, यहाँ पर भूत है, वहाँ पर भूत है.
I would like to believe that these things don't happen. Like to believe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I cannot be 100% sure that these things are not there. So, जहाँ आप believe करते हो कि it's not there, something will surprise you and make you believe.
That's true.
But strangely, I mean to say, I don't believe in myths and superstitions as much, because there's nothing there to validate or to prove it. That you should have a red handkerchief in your back pocket, or you should be doing this, or अगर बिल्ली रास्ता काटती है तो ऐसा हो जाता है, या कुछ अशकुन माना जाता है कोई चीज़. ऐसा कोई जस्टिफिकेशन हुआ नहीं है वो सब देखने के बाद in my life experience or somebody's who I have seen. But people take precaution and people, just practice it. So maybe I practice it without believing so much in it.
But growing up, have you ever experienced something which has been spooky around you, where you felt like, okay, ठीक है, थोड़ा सा, let's take a back seat, and you wonder sometimes?
So yes, there are things that do scare, me also. I mean to say, in the sense that much as I like to believe that ghosts don't exist, but just when you believe that they don't, you have to go for an outdoor to shoot in some hell with these these eerie looking the corridors and these huge photographs of people staring at you from every angle, and that's when you start getting scared and like, oh my god, or the curtains just flying open and some sound happening, and then the entire night goes, like maybe some reaction of like somebody's pulled your leg or something like that has happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like I've woken up in the middle of the night thinking that somebody's just jerked my leg, and I saw that there was nobody there, and then when I tried to figure out what it could be maybe there's a scientific or a neurological explanation that you get these twitches while you're sleeping, and
sleep paralysis also,
like something happens and you kind of, maybe because of whatever you're overthinking or something, or some thought process happening for which your leg moves and you get woken up because of that, and then you believe that somebody shaking your leg. So there is an explanation for everything, so you don't know what to believe.
Arbaaz, I've seen you like over the years, of my conversations also with you. You are someone who have his own spiritual journey, but at the same time also keeps science into picture while looking at certain perspective, which is very great. Someone having that kind of understanding and intelligence is also equally difficult. Sometimes do you also question the surroundings which happens around you, because one is one spiritual journey where you are talking about, and one is the these powers which kind of take place, and black magic for that matter in India has been at on the verge also, so people speak about that. Yes.
So now I have come to a stage where I think there are too many questions and very little answers. So you can spend entire lifetime trying to find answers to so many questions that human beings would have, not just me, and there have been millions of people lived before us and millions of years, and yet we have not found answers to some of the most important questions as to, is there life after death? Is there so many things that so it's the best is to just experience your life and you just leave it to destiny and do the best you can, and not worry yourself sick about finding too many answers to life. I think let's not complicate it.
That's true.
So that's what I've learned, you know, like that little quest and search for meaning and this little, you know, to find answers to everything, why this happens and why this doesn't happen and why this happened. I think we'll never know. We'll never know, and we'll just worry ourselves sick for too many trying to find answers. So that part of me has now calmed down. Like I'm not such a big seeker for all those things. I just live my life and I just accept what has been thrown at me and I experience it.
Yeah.
And I think there is no better way to deal with it. Otherwise, by just worrying and thinking and trying to find answers, time is passing by,
Yes.
but you're not really achieving anything. So you rather keep that stress away and live life and enjoy it. So there is where I am at this point in time in my life, because there are no answers to so many things. I never knew in my life so many things would happen, so many changes would happen, things that I'd never believed would happen have happened, some things that I didn't want to happen has happened, some things that I didn't expect to happen has happened, some miracles have happened, some not so good things have happened. But that's how you have to experience life. As far as you asking me whether, you know, black magic exists and these powers are there, I'm presuming that yes, there are. And I think people have power over, have practices that can create kind of some disturbances in your mental health and, you know, in your lives. And I think these things do exist. Things like black magic and voodoo and all of that. Now, I'm just happy that, I just hope that none of that has happened on me and around me.
Of course.
But I think these things do, there is some truth to it.
Yeah.
There is like, so ये जो हमारी फिल्म में भी जो है, ये जो डॉल है
हाँ.
और ये जो ब्लैक मैजिक का चक्कर है या जो भी है, I think there is some kind of truth to these occult sciences,
Yes.
which we see. There are a lot of things that we don't know. Just because we don't know doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You know, like if you saw 100, 200 years back that you could talk to somebody sitting at home and you could hear his voice and have a conversation, nobody would believe that, ना? Telephone जब था,
Correct.
या television जब आया कि भाई कहीं और कोई चीज़ चल रही है, concert चल रहा है, match चल रहा है, but आप घर पे बैठ के देख सकते हो. Who would have believed it? Or you could be flying in a plane and reaching another place in you know, overseas. Nobody would have believed it, na? 100, 200, 300 years back. But they were there to be discovered or to happen. So maybe in time there are a lot of things that we come to know and we discover. So I don't think you can dismiss too many things.
पर आपसे ये भी पूछना है कि मिस्ट्री है ना कहीं होती है जिसको अनफोल्ड करना बहुत पसंद आता है, यू नो दैट इज वन थिंग व्हेन आई समटाइम्स यू गेट क्यूरियस कि
Yes.
यार इसकी क्या मिस्ट्री होगी, इसको अनफोल्ड करते हैं, यू नो व्हाट कुड बी दैट रीजन, व्हाट इज दैट वन थिंग व्हिच यू फील वेरी मिस्टीरियस एंड यू काइंड ऑफ गेट अट्रैक्टेड टू उसको अनफोल्ड करने में.
See, I think one mystery that everybody would love to know is about the Bermuda Triangle, right? It's like what happens over there. Is it the currents? Is it the weather? It is what? Because there's a lot of mystery around things disappearing around that thing. And I don't know whether they've come to a very conclusive thing, but there would be a scientific explanation for that. You know, where things will never be found, where they actually where they disappear from. So that is one thing that I feel, you know, apart from that, like I said, life itself is something which is a mystery which one wants to find too many answers to. But like I said, it's very difficult. We'll never know.
But also, you know,
Unless you believe in certain faiths and certain books where they have told you, okay, this is what life is. And then you have, I would not say blind faith, but probably yes, blind faith only in the sense that when you're into any religion, then you're not questioning anything apart from the fact that you believe in that particular
yes,
book,
the
you know, the
belief,
book or the,
yes.
you know, the religion.
Yes.
And then whatever comes with it, then it's just a belief in that, yeah.
And before I also let you go, there are a few more questions which comes to my head and looking at you. बचपन में ऐसी मस्ती तो आपने की होगी जहाँ पे ऐसे spooky experiences आपने आपके you know family के साथ में, you know, with your brothers, with your sisters. Have you ever tried playing such pranks? Have they
Yeah,
planned
of course. वो सब
If you could just recollect one of the memories.
You know that वो चद्दर अपने ऊपर डाल के डराना.
अच्छा.
You know, there's entering a room or standing behind a door as somebody enters to scare. You know, all those things have happened. I mean to say, you know, and it's quite funny because sometimes you can scare somebody so much that you can create like a small little accident, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like वो डर के मारे पता चला गिर गए, कुछ hurt हो गया. But वो मस्ती हुई है, you know, those things have happened. And I think that's all part of growing up. We've all done it to our friends, to some family member and all that stuff, yes.
Rituparna ke साथ में, you know,
Yeah.
working with her and she's like a prolific figure,
Yeah.
in Kolkata especially,
Yeah.
for the kind of work she's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
How the experience has turned out for you, working with her?
Wonderful. She's a great actor. That though everybody knew before I even had met her and I had worked with her. She was already somebody who was already very famous and already very known. So when I met her, what I discovered was apart from her being a very, very recognized and a great actor, a dedicated, focused actor, she's a wonderful lady. She's a very good co-actor. She's a very lovely person. She's very friendly, cooperative, and very easy to work with. And for fortunately, I think maybe we temperamentally got along. So apart, नहीं तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि somebody can be very professional and be good to work with, but then you don't continue to be in any kind of communication or you don't develop any friendship with them. But she has been somebody who we've been in touch with. We wish each other on birthdays and on festive times, or whenever she's visits Mumbai for a longer period of time, she'll ask whether I'm free, we could meet up. And same thing whenever I'm in Kolkata, that side, I'll drop her a message that if you're free, if you've got time, we could meet up. So we've kept our friendship going, which is very great. And she's a lovely lady, yeah.
And also, as you said, कि ये आपकी first horror film है.
Yeah.
One thing which I have seen about you कि आप भले ही social media पे low profile रखते हैं, with films आप काफी experiment करते हो. And when I say so, but you have worked in a movie like Darar, and आज तक का basically people have that कि अरे यार he's such a, and I'm telling you that also changed an image about you back then versus even now, that they feel like अच्छा. Then you started doing something like a Dabangg. People literally saw your fun side also and saw your emotional side. Then you started working in OTT. Then you worked in regional cinema and now horror. अब इतना experiment आपने कर लिए, तो now next what are you focusing on?
I think this process is going to go on and all this. I think once you've taken the plunge as an actor, I think you constantly want to experiment with films, experiment with roles, and constantly challenging yourself, even challenging your image for that matter. If you're stuck with an image of a very stern, serious kind of thing, and you feel you have the capacity to maybe add a little dimension to it by bringing humor into your character, or wanting people to accept you as a little comic actor, which has happened in many cases with a lot of other actors who become, started their careers as negative actors, like the likes of Amresh Ji, Paresh Rawal, so many of those, Arbaaz Khan, but they turned out to be great comedians at the end of their careers,
True
So they were very funny. So it's not as though the audience does not accept you in other characters. In fact, they got a lot of success in other things. So I feel that maybe I started my career as an actor playing these serious negative roles, but I have made that little transition to do little lighter roles, comic roles. I've done films which are films like Mala Mal Weekly also.
Exactly,
films like Freaky Ali.
And I loved you in Halchal. I must say that it's a very good film.
So those films brought a little lighter side to my films. Even Dabangg, for that matter, was a little bit of a light-hearted character initially before So I like to do, and I think there is an area where people believe in my personal life. Much as my image outside seems like a very serious, stern, no nonsense kind of guy, but in real life, people who know me know that I'm a very cool, funny guy. I am actually. My friends are also very funny, most of them. So I love humor. I like to be funny. So I just want that personal life character to translate onto screen. So maybe a great comic film or a great comic actor role would really will help me, do justice to my little personality, I would say, yeah.
And just to add this to this, one reel of yours is also going viral where you have worked with Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and that reel is going viral. That entire scene of that movie, and I'm not able to recollect. It's with Sohail Khan's production.
Yeah, it's Freaky Ali. I love that film.
And
I saw it recently, and I was like,
going viral.
It's really funny, that movie. I'm like, when I did it, of course we had fun and all. I just revisited that film. Sometimes you tend to see an older film and you like to see the work that you've done, and I just saw it detached with any emotion, and I'm like, let's watch it for just the easy watch, and I was finding the film so hilarious and so funny. Maybe sometimes films in certain times, they have a different impact. But when you see it with a little bit of ease, and in your own leisure time, they have a different impact on you. I found that film so hilarious, so funny. I think people should watch Freaky Ali. You know, it's a great film to watch.
On Instagram, reels were going viral. In fact, one reel is just literally going viral everywhere. But before I let you go, one question that every time pops up is about Dabangg 4, about your, how you want to take it forward, because you also wear the hat of a director and producer. So tell us something about that.
Well, I think it's something that is in the pipeline, but I don't know the timeline.
Okay.
So that's my answer, which is a very patent answer, because everybody's patent question is when is Dabangg 4 going to come? So that's my answer to it. We're working on it, and no hurry, but it is something that Salman and me will discuss and do. It will happen. I don't know when, but whenever it happens, it'll be something to look forward to.
Lovely chatting with you, Arbaaz, and all the very best for your upcoming project, and
Yeah.
looking forward to see you in a comedy movie
Definitely.
super soon. Thank you so much for
Thank
such a
you.
lovely
Thank you.
interaction.
Thank you.